ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद् विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेव विदथे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वत्र विनो न मेधे मेधां महीन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना वुभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषत स्वाहा आमा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा बिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्तां मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मय्यग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Sri Sai Ram. Loving pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Varu. By his infinite mercy, grace, and love, we all have assembled here for this divine satsang on the theme Vedas, the very foundation of Indian culture and spirituality, which is being organized by Sri Satya Sai Samyukta Shruti Shreni of Sri Satya Sai Seva Organization, India, under the Gama ãgama lecture series. Today, we are once again very fortunate to have with us Professor Dr. Sannidhanam Sudarsana Sarma garu to continue his talk on Sri Rudrādhyāya. Now, I extend a warm welcome to Professor Sarma garu to take over and continue this Jnana Yagna on Sri Rudrādhyāya. Om Sri Sai Ram.
श्रुतं मे गोपाय
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Namah Saishwaraya. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Babaji. My sincere thanks to the organizers and hearty welcome to the audience. Friends, today we are going to deal with the 11th Anuvāka of Rudrādhyāya. In Rudrādhyāya there are 11 Anuvākas and this is the last one. This last 11th Anuvāka contains 11 ruks. The first ruk goes on like this. Sahasrani sahasrashoye rudra adhibhumyam teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani tanmasi. Adhibhumyam, on the earth. Adhibhumi, adhi means on. Bhumi, earth. Adhibhumyam, on the earth. Rudraha, there are Rudras. Not one Rudra. There are several Rudras. How many are there? Sahasrani sahasrashaha. Thousands of thousands. 1000 is just a specimen, a lead word. There are crores of, innumerable crores of Rudras are there on the earth. They spread all over the earth and they control the things on earth. Dhanvani avatanmasi. I will dismantle or loosen the knot of the string tied to the bow. Every Rudra has got his own bow, and every bow has got a string, a thread. With the strength of this mantra, I am going to unknot, or loosen the knot of the strings of the bows. Where sahasrani sahasrayo jane. When the Rudras are some thousands of miles away, sahasrani sahasrasha. From such a distant place itself, I want to dismantle the bows that are in the hands of the Rudra, which means loosening the knot of the thread of Rudra of the bow is pacifying them. When they are angry, they will be ready to shoot an arrow. So, in order to rule out the possibility of shooting the arrow, I just dismantle the bow. There are thousands of Rudras on the earth, and each one is having a bow on his hand. I am going to dismantle the knot of the thread tying the bow. When the Rudras are at a distance of thousands of miles, sahasrani sahasraso ye Rudra adibhumyam teshagum sahasrayo jane vatanvani tanmasi. Now the second mantra is like this. Asmin mahacharnave intarikshe bhava adhi teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani tanmasi. Asmin, in this mahati, great arnave, oceans, antarikshe, and the ether or sky, bhavaha, there are Rudras. This earth is very great, very wide. And the oceans are even wider than that. The Antariksha is sky, is the widest one. The earth, the seas, the oceans, and the ether or the sky. All these are filled with bhavaha. Bhavaha means the Rudra. If they are pacified, then they will cause all sorts of comforts to you. They will grant all the boons. If they get annoyed, the result will be the reverse. We will have to face the difficulties, sometimes even death. So, to keep them placid, to keep them peaceful, I am dismantling their bows. Teshagum sahasrayojane vadhanvani tanmasi. When there are thousands of miles away from me, I am dismantling their weapons. This sentence gets repeated in each mantra of this one Anuvāka. Asmin mahatyarnave intarikshe bhava adhi teshagum sahasrayo jane vatanvani tanvasi. On this great group of oceans and the infinite sky, there are several Rudras who are called Bhavas. The synonym is Bhava. I dismantle their weapons, their bows, when they are thousands of miles away from me. The third mantra is Nīlagrīvāsyitikantha sarva adha kṣamācarāh teshāgum sahasrayo jane vadanvāni tanmasi. Adha kṣamācarāh. Adha kṣamācarāh means in the worlds that are below the earth, like Patala, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala. There are 7 worlds below the earth. And there are thousands of crores of Rudras. Nīlagrīvāha, whose throats are black in color after consuming the poison. Shitikantha, earlier they were white-throated. Shitikantha, Nīlagrīvāha, Sharvaha. The Rudras are there below the earth. Teshāgum sahasrayo jane vatanvāni tanmasi. I dismantle the bows in their hands. Nīlagrīvāsyitikantha sarva adha kṣamācarāh teshāgum sahasrayo jane vadanvāni tanmasi. That is the third mantra. And the fourth mantra is Nīlagrīvāsyitikantha divagum rudra upasritāh teshāgum sahasrayo jane vadanvāni tanmasi. Nīlagrīva, Shitikantha, these 2 words are already explained. Divagum Rudra Upasritaha. Divam on the heaven, on the upper worlds. There are 7 upper worlds. There are several kinds of Rudras. Nīlagrīva Rudras, Shitikantha Rudras are there. On the upper worlds, when they are thousands of kilometers, thousands of miles away from me, I dismantle their bows so that I will be safe. These 4 mantras put together become one mantra. For this mantra, Durvasa is the Rishi, Anushtup is the Chandas, Rudra himself is the Devata. After observing the penance of Chandrayana, a japa of 5,000 times will enable the sadhaka to utilize this mantra. While chanting this mantra, Rudra is to be meditated upon as described in the Dhyana Shloka. Damshtrakarālavadanam bhishanam raktamurdhajam trinetram trishikhan deeptam jhayet bhujagabhushanam. Damshtrakarālavadanam, his face is fierce because of the damshtra, the long teeth, biting teeth. Damshtrakarālavadanam bhishanam, Totally his body is fierce, frightful. Raktamurdhajam, his hairs are red in color. Trinetram, he possesses three eyes. Trishikham, he has got three kinds of three in three directions. He has tied down his hairs. Deeptam is blissful. Bhujagabhushanam, so many different types of snakes are adorning his body like ornaments. Such Rudra is to be meditated upon. And the result of this japa is Shatrunasha, your internal, external, all kinds of enemies will be destroyed by the prayoga of this mantra. So let us go to the next mantra. Ye vriksheshu saspinjara neelagriva vilohitaah teshagum sahasrayo jate vadhanvani tanmasi. Ye vriksheshu saspinjaraah neelagrivaah vilohitaah. There are different types of Rudras. Some of them are on the trees. Vriksheshu saspinjaraah, and their color is saspinjara. Saspinjara means the tender grass green. Saspinjara. They are in that color. They live on the trees, maybe in the form of snakes, green colored snakes. Neelagriva, there are Rudras, and some of them are Vilohitaha, white in color or red in color. Green, red, white, in different colors, there are Rudras on trees. And they too have their bows, their weapons. I dismantle them, all of them, when they are thousands of kilometers away from me. Ye vriksheshu saspinjara neelagriva vilohitaah teshagum sahasrayo jade vadhanvani tanmasi. The next mantra is Ye bhutanam adhipatayo vishikha sakkapardinaha teshagum sahasrayo jade vadhanvani tanmasi. Ye bhutanam adhipatayah. Some Rudras, they are Bhutapatis. Bhuta means Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, the demons, devils, such type of elements. Rudras are the controllers of such elements, Bhuta, etc. Ye Bhutanam adhipatayah. And the Rudra, some of the Rudras are Vishikhasaha, and they have no hairs. Their heads are tattooed or their heads are bald. And some of them are Kapardinaha, they have very long hair, which is knotted down, which is tied down. Such Rudras are there. Teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani tanmasi. I disarm them. The next mantra is Ye anneshu vividhyanti patreshu pipato jananu. Ye anneshu vividhyanti. Vividhyanti means causing diseases. Some Rudras, they stay hidden in the vessels or in the plates when you take your food. They are invisible and they will be occupying the plate of your eating food. Ye anneshu vividhyanti, and they cause, on consuming the food, they cause diseases to you. Ye anneshu vividhyanti patreshu. Patra means the vessel, the plate. Anneshu, which is used for eating the food. Vividhyanti, vyadhin janayanti. They cause diseases. Pibato janano. Similarly, when you drink something with a cup or a glass, if you consume a glass of water, some Rudras, in their hidden form, they will be staying in the glass. And when you drink the water or juice or any liquid, along with the liquid, they enter into your body and cause diseases to you. Teshagum sahasrayo janevadhan vanitanos. I dismantle the arms of such kind of Rudras so that they will not cause any harm to me. These three rooks put together become one mantra, and Rishi etc. Is as in the previous mantra, as in the previous mantra. Durvasa Rishi, Anushtup Chandaha, Rudraha Devata, etc. And the Jhana Shloka is the same one as in the previous one. So we'll proceed to the next mantra. Ye patham pathirakshaya aila brdaya vyudhaha teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani tanmasi. Ye patham pathirakshaya. This is a peculiar word. Patham pathirakshaya. This is to be rearranged like this. Patham rakshaya, pathirakshayaha. Patham rakshaya means who are the protectors of the streets, the paths. Patham rakshaya. They will be protecting the streets, the paths, the ways. When we go on the street, some Rudras invisibly will be covering the path and protecting you. Pathirakshayaha. And some Rudras, some other Rudras, they protect the creatures. Need not necessarily be men or women. The quadrupeds, other animals, vehicles, whatever that goes on the pathi, on the street, on the path. Those passing through on the path, they are protected by some other Rudras. Patham rakshayaha, they will be protecting the paths. Pathirakshayaha will be protecting those who use the path. Aila bradaha. This is also a very peculiar word which needs some interpretation, some explanation. Aila bradaha. In Veda, the word ida, ira, ila. These three mean food that gives energy. Ira, ida, ila. Energizing food. Ilam, ailam, ilasya samuho ailam. The bunch of foods are different kinds of foods put together is called airam, ailam, aidam. Combo. combo of foods. Ralayora bhedaha. Sometimes ra, la, da. These letters are superseded. In place of da, la occurs. In place of la, ra occurs. Ailam, aidam, airam. These three words have the same meaning. The bunch of food. When we sit to eat the lunch or dinner, there will be a staple food and side dishes will be there. These all put together is called ailam or ailam, airam. Ailam vibharti, aila brudha. Those who carry the ailam, the thali or the lunch or dinner plate filled with food are called aila brudha. Means the Rudras who are ready to serve food to their devotees are called aila brudha. And some other Rudras are yavyudha. Yavyudha, this word is also very peculiar. Yauti misri bhavati papena iti yuhu. You means a sinner who always mingles with the people who commit sins. He is called you, a sinner. Vyajhanti iti yavyudha. Those who fight with the yous, papishthas, or sinful persons, such Rudras are called yavyudha. The Rudras who punish the adharmic or sinful persons, they are called yavyudha. Yavyudha. Aila e patham pathirakshaya. Aila brudha yavyudha. Protectors of the paths, protectors of the path users, the Rudras that serve food, the Rudras that punish the sinful youth. I am going to disarm all of them. Patham rakshaya, the protectors of the paths. If they got annoyed on us, they will create some hurdles or pits on the path so that we will fall down and get injured. So, I pray the Rudras, the protectors of the streets. Pathirakshayaha. They should not only protect the path, they should also protect the passengers. So I salute them. I disarm them. Otherwise, they may cause some hurdle or some injury to me while traveling. Ye patham patirakshayaha aila brdaha. Actually, the Rudras are ready to serve. If they become angry, they will not serve the food. On that day, you will not get food. You have to starve. So that I disarm them. Yavyudha. The Rudras, they naturally fight with the adharmic sinful persons. If we commit any sin, they will fight with us also. So I will disarm their bows. How? By always following the path of righteousness. I disarm them. Ye patham pathirakshaya aila vridaya vyudhaha teshagum sahasrayo jane vatanvani tanvasi. The next mantra is Ye tirthani pracharanti srukavanto nishanginaha teshagum sahasrayo jane vatanvani tanmasi. There are some other Rudras. Tirthani pracharanti srukavantaha nishanginaha. Sruka means a kind of weapon, normally a kind of instrument which is used to which is used to drive the elephant with sharp edge. So a spike thing, a spike like arm, a spike like weapon. Srukavantaha nishanginaha. Nishanga means a long sword, a knife, a big sword. Some are holding the spikes, some are holding the swords. Holding the arms, they are tirthani pracharanti. There are some tirtha. Tirtha means holy places. Holy because of the presence of a deity, or holy because of the presence of a sacred river like Kashi, or both. In Kashi, there is Vishweshwara and there is Ganga. Ye tirthani pracharanti. Some Rudras, they are moving the tirthas, moving in the tirthas, protecting them, protecting the piousness of the tirthas. And they are holding weapons in their hands. With the help of this mantra, I am removing the arms from their hands. When I enter into a tirtha or a sacred nadi, then the Rudra should protect me. If the Rudra is angry with me, then he will cause some disasters. To avoid that, I will disarm all the Rudras with my dharmic anushtha, with my performance of dharma. Ye tirthani pracharanti srukavantaha nishanginaha teshagum sahasrayo jane vadanvani tanmasi. These two rooks put together become one mantra, and for this mantra, Devala is the Rishi, Anushtup is the Chandas, Rudra himself is the deity. As was told earlier, one has to perform the penance of Krichra and then a japa of 5,000 times. The result of this mantra is Suputra Phalapradaha, getting good progeny. Then let us come to the next mantra. Ya etavantascha bhuyagumsascha disho rudravitasthire teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani tanmasi. Ya etavantascha bhuyagumsascha. Already some Rudras are pointed out in the above mantras. The Rudras that are on the earth, those who are on the sky, those who are on on the rivers and oceans, those who are beneath the earth and above the earth, and those who are bald headed, those um, who are equipped with long hairs. Thus, several kinds of Rudras were already described. And not only such Rudras, but there are some other Rudras whose mention was not made earlier. Ya etavantascha, not only these, bhuyagumsascha, the untold Rudras are even more, many times more. Bhuyagumsascha, disho rudravitasthire, they all they cover all the directions. They reside in all the directions. Teshagum sahasrayo jane vatanvani tanmasi. I disarm them. I will make them peaceful so that they shall not cause any difficulty or any kind of inconvenience to me. Then the next mantra, which has 3 repetitions. Actually, the mantra is Namo Rudrebhyo ye Prathivyam ye Antarikshe ye Divi ye Shamannam Vato Varshamisha Vastebhyo Dasha Prachayardasha Dakshina Dasha Pratichayardasho Dichayardashordhvastebhyo Namaste no Mrdayantu Teyan Vishmo Yaschano Dveshtitam Vojambhe Dadhami. This is the mantra. But when we perform Abhisheka or Homa, Anushanga is made. Anushanga means a internal split of the mantra. I will explain it. Namo Rudrebhyo ye Prithivyam ye Antarikshe ye Divi. Namo Rudrebhya. I salute the Rudras. Ye Prithivyam. The Rudras who are on the earth. Ye Antarikshe. Those Rudras who are above the sky, above the earth on the sky. Ye Divi, those who are in the heaven. And Ye Shaman Namvato Varushamishavaha. Ishavaha means the weapons, the arrows or the weapons, for whom the food, the wind, and the rain are the weapons. I salute them. Namo Rudrebhyo ye Prithivyam. Namo Rudrebhya. I salute the Rudras. I offer my humble pranams to the Rudras who are on the earth. Prithivyam. Ye Antarikshe. Those who are above the earth. Ye Divi. Those who are in the heaven. And their weapons are Annam, the food, Vataha, the wind, and Varsham, the rain. Tebhya, for them, I offer my pranams. How? Dasha prachi ihi. Dasha means 10. So, there are 5 fingers on this hand and 5 more on the other one. These put together become 10. Dasha prachi ihi. I offer my pranam. Dasha means my pranam to the Rudras who are in the eastern part of the eastern direction. Dasha prachi ihi. Dasha dakshina on the southern side. Dasha pratichi ihi on the western side. Dashodichi on the northern side. Dashordhvaha on the upper side of the world. Dashordhvaha tebhyo namaha. I salute all of them with my folded hands. Dasha means the folded hand. Teno mridayantu. Why should I salute them? Teno mridayantu. I pray them to cause comfort, peace, happiness to me. Teno mridayantu. They are the deities who can delight me, who can make me happy. Teyan dvishmo yaschano dveshtitam vojambhe radhami. There are some persons who without any reason hate me, hate us. Yan dvishmaha yaschano dveshti. Or sometimes we will hate somebody. Somebody hates you, or you will be hating somebody. Both kind of your enemies are put Ojambhe Radhami, O Rudra. I am putting all of them, all of my enemies, in your opened mouth to consume. Teyan Vishmaha, whom we hate, or who hate us. Both kind of enemies are put a Rudra in your opened mouth. Now this Anushanga is to be executed like this. Namo Rudrebhyo ye prithivyam ye shaman namishavaha. For the Rudras living on the earth, the weapons are the food. They will cause discomfort or even death through the food. I salute them. Namo Rudrebhyo ye intarikshe yesham vata ishavaha. Namo Rudrebhyo ye intarikshe yesham vata ishavaha. For the Rudras who reside in Antariksha, I mean Vayumandala, in the sphere, upper spheres, the wind is their weapon. Through wind, they will cause harm. Through wind, some virus or bacteria or other kinds of dust, pollution. There are so many ways to harm. Yesham vata ishavaha. Vata means wind. For them, the weapon is the wind. I salute them. Namo Rudrebhyo ye divi yesham varshamisavaha. Some Rudras are in divi, Juloka, on the heaven. And their weapon is the rainy waters. Through rainy water, through rains, they create some problems, some calamities. The overrains, the typhoons, the cyclones, they create some disasters. The rain is the weapon of the Rudras residing in Divi, Juloka, Juloka, Swargaloka. So I salute them. Ultimately, I fold my hands, making the fingers 10, and offer my pranams on all the 5 directions: east, south, west, north, and the upper direction. And we pray O Rudra, please eliminate our enemies who hate us or whom we hate, so that we will live in on the earth comfortably and dedicate ourselves to you with devotion. These three rooks, beginning with Namo Rudrebhyo, is one mantra. Rudra is the Rishi, Rudra is the deity. The other details, like performing the penance of Krichra and chanting the mantra for 5,000 times, all the other rules are same as before. And the results that are produced by chanting this mantra are marvelous. Anna Samruddhi, one of them is, the first one is Anna Samruddhi. You will have plenty of food. You will never have to starve without food. Krityotpadana. If you want to punish your enemy, then Kritya means a kind of mantric power which goes and hits the enemy. That hitting may cause loss of some organ, loss of mind, and sometimes even loss of life. Krityotpadana, abhichara karma. This is called abhichara karma. Ativrishtyanavristi prabhriti nivaranam. When there is abundant rain, unwanted rain, to get rid of the rain, this mantra will be useful. Then when there is a drought, when rains are needed, then this mantra will be useful. When there are calamities, natural calamities like earthquakes, then to get relief from further loss, this mantra will be useful. And more importantly, by devotional and dedicated chanting of this mantra, one can be able to know what was his earlier birth. We know we are with this body in this birth, but we don't know with what body, in what species we were earlier, or we are going to be in future. That knowledge is gained by chanting of this mantra. Sahasrani sahasrasho ye Rudrādhyāya teshāgum sahasrayo jane vadanvāni tanmasi asmin mahacharnave intarikshe bhavādhi nīlagrīvāsya tikantha sharva adha kṣamācarāh नीलग्रीवास्य टिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पेञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनानो ये पथां पथिरक्षय ऐलमृदायव्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः ये एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयो जने वधन्वानि तन्वसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येषामन्नमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचेर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचेर्दशोदीचेर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु ते यन्द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टि तं वोजम्भे दधामि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये अन्तरिक्षे येषां वात इषवस्तेभ्यो नमस्ते ते नो मृडयन्तु ते यन्द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टि तं वोजम्भे दधामि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये दिवि येषां वरुषमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचेर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचेर्दशोदीचेर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो हृदयन्तु ते यन्द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजिम्भे दधामि हरिः ओम्. My sincere thankful pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who has enabled me to speak on the interpretation of Rudrādhyāya in so many episodes. I am thankful to the organizers. My humble pranams to all the Sai devotees who have listened to the explanation of these mantras. Thank you so much.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Loving pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Varu. On behalf of all the participants of this divine satsang, and on behalf of Sri Satya Sai Samyukta Sruti Shreni of Sri Satya Sai Seva Organization India, I humbly express our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Sannidhanam Sudarsana Sarma Garu for his excellent lecture on the 11th Anuvāka of Sri Rudrādhyāya. With the kind permission of Professor Sarma Garu, I will now provide a brief summary of today's lecture. The 11th and the last Anuvāka of Sri Rudrādhyāya has 11 riks. These 11 riks together constitute 4 mantras. While the first 4 riks constitutes the first mantra, the next 3, that is the 5th, 6th and the 7th riks, form the second mantra. The subsequent 2 riks, that is the 8th and the 9th riks, together constitutes the third mantra. The 10th and the 11th riks together forms the last mantra, that is the 4th mantra. They essentially have 3 components with a reiteration or a repetition. The first 4 riks elaborate on the omnipresence of all-powerful Sri Rudra, the innumerable crores of Rudras present everywhere, totally controlling everything, are present on earth and in the great oceans, in the ether or sky, and in all the worlds below the earth, like Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala, and in all the 7 upper worlds in the form of Nilagriva and Shitikanta. Salutations are offered to these omnipresent Rudra Tattva with prayers to untie the knots of the strings of the deadly bow and to shower his loving grace on humanity. These 4 riks constitute one mantra. The rishi for this mantra is Durvasa. The deity is Rudra himself. The chandas is Anustup. And the vidhana, while chanting, before chanting or before undertaking such a penance, is to observe Chandrayana Japa, that is, to chant the mantra for 5,000 times. Dhyana Sloka, while chanting this mantra, one should meditate upon blissful Rudra with fierce looking body, long teeth, red hair, 3 eyes, and his hair tied up in all 3 directions, and his body being adorned with snakes as ornaments. The pala for such a penance is Shatrunashaha. All the internal and external enemies are destroyed. In the 5th, 6th, and 7th riks, prayers are offered to Rudra, present in varied forms and colors like red, green, white, on top of trees, and salutations are offered to Rudra, who is verily the controller of all demons, devils, pisacha, and prayers are also offered to Rudra, who is the controller of disease-causing viruses, bacterium, parasites, etc., which deceitfully hiding in the food, drink, water, etc., that we partake on a regular basis for our living, to protect us from the onslaught of such invisible nano enemies and completely keep them under his control. Again, for this mantra made up of 5th, 6th, and 7th riks, the rishi, deity, chandas, vidhana, phala, and dhyana sloka are exactly same as those for the previous mantra. The 8th and the 9th riks put together forms the next mantra, for which the rishi is Devala, deity is Rudra, chandas is Anustup, vidhana is to observe Krishna karma and to chant the mantra after such observation for 5,000 times. The phala of such a penance is Suputra Praptihi. Here, in the 8th rik, prayers are offered to Rudra to protect us at all places, as he is verily the guardian of all paths and controller of all the users of such paths and controller of all the support providers in such paths in the form of Ailavruda and Yavyudaha, etc. So that Rudra may disarm and protect us from these forms, which may provide food for sustenance and freely mingle with sinful ways to harm us. Here, in particular, Dr. Sarmagaru provided us with Vedic references to Aila Vrida as Ida, Ira, and Ila, that is, which account for complete food like soup, starters, main course, and dessert. In particular, through the ninth rig, salutations are offered to Rudra, who is verily present in all the tirthasthalas, holy rivers, holy places, to protect us from any harm that we may face upon undertaking visits to such holy places. In the 10th and the 11th rigs, prayers are offered with folded hands to Rudra, who is in all directions and who is resident in innumerable forms on earth and controlling the weapons on the earth in the form of food that can harm adharmic people, and to protect us from such harms by keeping us on dharmic path. Prayers are also offered to Rudra, who is the controller of Vayu Mandala or sky that has weaponry like dust, viruses, etc., which can spread through wind and harm us. Prayers are offered to Rudra to protect us from such weapons. Further, salutations are offered to Rudra, who is present in the heavens, whose weapons are rains, typhoons, cyclones, etc., to save us from such onslaughts by keeping us on a right path. Prayers are offered to Rudra to save humanity from all forms of dangers, hates, dislikes, and adharmic ways, and to keep us in right path to be deserving recipients of his love, grace, and blessings. For this mantra, the Rishi and the deity both are Rudra. Vidhana: observe Krichra karma and chant this mantra for 5,000 times. Phala, result or outcome of such a penance is Anna Samriddhi, plenty of food, Mantra Shakti to face the enemies and cause harm to enemies, abundance of rain, relief from drought, protection from natural calamities, Bhuta Bhavishya Kala Jnana Prapti. Thus, with detailed Padartha and Guptartha explanations, Professor Dr. Sarmagaru has brought his elaborate lecture on the 11th Anuvāka to a close. In particular, Professor Dr. Sannidhanam Sudarsana Sarma Garu thanked Sri Subramanya Gorti Garu and Srimati Shubhashri Garu, and also Sri Satyasai Samyukta Sruti Shreni of Sri Satyasai Seva Organization India for providing this wonderful platform to lead the satsang and see Rudrādhyāya Jnana Yagnam. I once again, on behalf of all the participants of this divine satsang and on behalf of Sri Satya Sai Samyukta Shruti Shreni of Sri Satya Sai Seva Organization India, humbly express our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Sarma Garu and sincerely pray to our dear Lord Sai to bless him and his family. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Satya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka Pati Maheshwara Om Jai Jagadish Hare Shashivadana Shrikara Sarva Pranapate Swami Sarva Pranapate Ashrita Kalpalatika Ashrita Kalpalatika Apatandhava Om Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita Guru Daivamu Mariyantayu Neeve Swami Mariyantayu Neeve Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nagena Shayana Om Jai Jagadish Hare Omkara Rupa Ojasvi Ho Sai Mahadeva Satya Sai Mahadeva Mangala Arati Anduko Mangala Arati Anduko Mandala Giridhari Om Jai Jagadish Hare Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Shanti 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 Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Shanti 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 Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai